Hi, my name is Wendy, and today we are going to be talking about part two of self love. And first off, I'd like to start out by saying that I am not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I am just somebody who is sharing my life experiences in the hopes that it'll help somebody somewhere. Okay? So, with that being said, today we're going to continue on with self love. Self love, if you remember from before, we were talking about that, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, waking up with, gratitude, and just really not being so hard on yourself, making good choices, and things like that. The way we treat other people, directly, comes back to how does it make us feel, um, of how we've treated somebody else. So, so why don't we start out with why do we need to love ourselves? Okay. And, if you grew up without anybody, talking to you about self love or the importance of being good to yourself, you might wonder, one day, like you're full of crap. I don't believe a word you're saying. However, there's a lot to be said. I mean, in my own personal experiences, I'm going through and doing these videos, I'm actually reminding myself of some of these things that I need to remember for myself. So as you teach others, you're also reminding and teaching yourself again those things, and it's fantastic. So without self love, you're likely to be highly critical and fall into, what they call people pleasing and perfectionism. You're more likely to tolerate abuse, mistreatment, from others because you just don't think that you deserve any better than that. And, you may self sabotage or make decisions that aren't in your best interest. Now, if you were here with the last um, video on part one, I had talked about making good decisions and, you know, how important that really truly is. And especially when it comes to self love, making good decisions that are going to create more inner peace, more happiness inside. Okay? So when you have self love as a foundation, okay, the effects of that and can be tremendous. It can allow you to be assertive. It can allow you to set boundaries on people and things and, say, no, I'm not accepting this. No, this is not going to happen. Yes, this is how far I'm willing to go. You're setting those boundaries in a healthy way. You are making healthy, good decisions because you have self love. Okay. You'll notice that your relationship with others changes when you have self love. Uh, your personal self care changes, your hygiene may change. You'll notice that you'll start pursuing other interests and goals. And that all of a sudden it's like somebody opened the door and you're saying, hey, you know, I think I'd like to start trying this, or hey, I'd like to stop sitting around and I'm gonna go do this now, or I'm gonna go do that, and that's self love. That's saying, hey, I don't need to sit here and do nothing. I don't need to, be treated like that. I set up my boundaries. I treat people well. I've taken care of myself, and you know what? This is what I'm doing. So, and you then, because you're like that, you feel very proud of yourself, as you should. I mean, because it's a really, really great feeling. It's a really amazing feeling. Um, so let's talk about the other side of that. So we're going to talk about self-love versus narcissism. Okay. So when we're talking about self-love versus narcissism, in addition to questioning whether self love is really necessary, another big barrier to self love is a belief that it's narcissistic or selfish. Now, it's very easy to become selfish when you're doing self love. But I heard a saying not too long ago, actually, that really resonated with me. And it says, when you are doing self love, it doesn't mean I'm not taking care of you anymore. It just means me too. So I can continue to do the things that I'm doing that I enjoy with other people. However, I'm saying I'm going to take care of me too at the same time. So it's a really great thing to remember. So it isn't selfish. It isn't selfish as long as you continue to grow and you don't take it all in to be all about you, because that's not what self love is. Self love is loving yourself, but it also allows you to see the world differently, treat the world differently, treat people differently. Okay? So, um, you know, trying to think the best way to say this. So, um, you know, with the narcissist thing, you know, it's kind of like narcissists think that, well, with self love, I'm putting myself on a pedestal. I'm better than everybody else, and then, you know, they won't act responsible. They won't take responsibility for their actions. They won't be accountable for their actions or their mistakes or their flaws. Um, they seek extraneous amounts of external validation and recognition from other people. Narcissists also lack empathy for others. So there's a difference between self love. Narcissists are all about themselves, right? Very much about themselves. When you have self love, you are content with yourself that you can go and you want to go talk to other people. You want to help, you want to volunteer, you want to be motivated. You just want to better your life. You just want to live better. And it's all in a very, very positive thing, and it involves other people ultimately. Okay. So, you know, and again, having self love, it's not showing off, oh, I am this amazing person. It's not that at all. It's okay to feel that way. We can feel that way about ourselves. That's self love. But people who love themselves in a healthy way know that they are flawed and that they make mistakes and that they can accept and care about themselves despite their imperfections. If you remember yesterday, I said, we are imperfectly imperfect, and that's okay. So, self love doesn't prevent you from caring about others, like I said. It simply means that you give yourself the same kindness that you give to others. Okay? And that's something really important to remember, that it's not about forgetting about other people. It's just treating yourself the same good way that you would treat somebody else. Okay? So let's talk about putting self love into practice. Okay? often when things are hard to do, we avoid them, right? That's kind of human nature. You might notice that you had thoughts like, I'll take a break and focus on myself after I've taken care of my family. Noticing my feelings and journaling sounds like a lot of work. I'm afraid I won't be able to change. Self care seems self indulgent, like going and getting a massage, going, for a bike ride, taking that time that you need. That's not self indulgent. Um, oh, I have too much to do. So there's another good excuse. Um, I know this relationship isn't good for me, but I don't want to be alone. That's again people who lack self love. They don't think that they deserve better. They think they deserve to be treated the way that they're being treated. Okay. Um, I've been surviving on 5 hours of sleep for years, so it can't be that bad. Again, self love, taking care of yourself, getting the proper amount of sleep, so that brain of yours has, you know, time and your body has time to rest and, get the downtime that it needs, the energy to rejuvenate yourself so you do wake up rested and ready for your day. Okay. Um, Typically, you wake up with less stress that way. Um, it's pretty normal to be ambivalent about self love or making any change, really. A lot of people just, they don't like change. Okay. But loving yourself doesn't mean you have to change everything. Okay. About your life. Just try to treat yourself a little bit better than you did yesterday. And I said we were going to do this hand in hand, day by day, and we would work on it together. So, that's how you can do it. A little, you have to work on it every day. Self esteem, and self love, you have to work on it every single day. Wake up every single day before you even get out of bed. Think about something that you are grateful for. Wake up with a grateful heart. And if you don't, really take a minute to think about what kind of great things you have in your life. Because no matter how bad your situation, there's something great to be grateful for. Okay. So, to get started on putting this self love into practice, what I would suggest is that you identify one loving thing you can do for yourself today. I challenge you to do that. Okay? It could be a supportive thought or action. I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty nice person. I'm a great carpenter. I'm good looking. I have a nice personality. I have nice socks. There's always something you can come up with. Okay? Next, write down what you're going to do on a piece of paper, and when you'll do it, hold yourself accountable. Okay? Writing it down increases your accountability and it makes it more likely that you'll follow through. Now, what you have to remember is that when you think something, you say it out loud and you write it down, it goes to three different parts of your brain. So you're not likely to forget what you just wrote down. Okay? As what you're going to challenge yourself um, that particular day. Okay? And as you add more and more loving thoughts and actions to your daily life, Because every day you're going to think of something nice to do for yourself, or some kind of action, or some kind of supportive thought for yourself every day. You're going to build on that. So if I say I'm a great cook today, and tomorrow I'm going to be a great cook, and I'm going to be a great friend. Okay, next day I'm going to be a great cook, be a great friend. I have nice hair. Okay, you understand? I'm going forward. Okay, and so what's going to happen is as you continue to do that and add loving thoughts, loving action to your daily life, they'll begin to start crowding out those, self defeating thoughts and behaviors as long as you don't let them back in. You stay on the positive side, side of things, and you just keep going with the positive. Okay. So, what's going to happen is after you do this a little while, it's going to just become second nature. And every day, very easily, just like a routine, it's going to fall in like a routine. Oh, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to brush my teeth, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to brush my hair, I'm going to put on deodorant, and get dressed, yada, yada, yada. This is the same thing you're going to do with self love. Every day, you're going to get up, you're going to think of something that you're grateful for, you are going to say something kind about yourself, think something kind about yourself, create some kind of action, positive, hold yourself accountable, write it down. Let's make sure that you're going to follow through with those actions. And when those negative thoughts start coming back in, we're going to push it back out with a positive. Okay. Um, I always like to say thank you for sharing, but I'm going to bring the sunshine back in. Okay. And some days it's very hard to get through certain things because our head just isn't there. But I know you can do it. I know you got this. You can do it, and we'll do it together. Okay? So that's pretty much it on self love for this section of part one and two of two. So, self love, try to put it into practice. Okay? And I hope that that helps you. I hope you enjoy this stream, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, take care. Be grateful.